This podcast is brought to you by our Anime Addicts community. If you want to be an anime addict, support the show, be dead sexy, have our undying love, Patreon, shocker, or the website, AAAPodcast.com/join. We just did a Hobby Addicts where you'll get to hear about some cool documentaries. We also talk video games on Hobby Addicts, so you'll be able to get that content over at Patreon. And after the show today, I'll probably subject Pancake to hentai, because we haven't done that in a while. We thought we were going to do it 2 weeks ago, and it never happened. So you'll be able to get that and so much more. 8 exclusive episodes a month at Patreon or our website, AAAPodcast.com. And now it's time to start the podcast.
Get ready! You're about to listen to the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. Make your anime addiction worse at AAAPodcast.com. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Welcome back to the podcast, episode 785 of the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. And I'm back. Mitsuki has returned off of a Bloody Mary and 2.5 mimosa binger. Slept in the car on the way back to town. Felt pretty good, and I'm here ready to unload upon you with our new anime season. And I'm also joined by my lovely wife. She's rocking a lovely lemon-patterned southern sundress. It's Pancake.
What up, what up, what up?
How do you feel today knowing that you ate French toast for brunch and you're indeed Pancake? What do you have to say for yourself?
They had no pancakes on the menu.
A likely story.
A likely story.
We also have Caroline in the house. She's rocking the guns. She's got the... and
How?
Oh, yes. And we'll...
Yes.
How are you, Caroline?
I'm good. It is summer tank top weather.
That's right.
I just returned from a Saturday of babysitting my toddler niece, and I am very tired because I had to get up pretty early yesterday, and she woke us up early this morning, of course. However, I'd like to say that this babysitting experience was a success, and I think I am now in the running for best aunt, because now we have formed a relationship, a bond, if you will. Before that, she was just a baby who was a potato and cried and just didn't really do much. But now she's a toddler, and she has opinions.
Wow.
And it matters.
Well, I'd like to hear Otaku Cop's opinions on those guns.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up.
You gonna lock her up?
Saying,
Is it a crime?
We gotta get a snake charmer to tame those pythons. She needs a permit for those guns.
There you go. How are you, Otaku Cop?
I'll plead the fifth on that one.
I'm doing great. Super happy to be here. As always, very, very excited to spend time with you guys.
If you want to support the show, you can do it on iTunes also, or I guess people don't use iTunes anymore. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. It does help out the podcast. We are, of course, still dedicated to making your anime addiction worse. So, I mean, come on. Who do you love, honestly, if it's not this bald man? And, of course, we haven't raised our prices in 7 years. It's the only thing in the world that hasn't become more expensive in the past 7 years is our Patreon. Head over to Patreon. Hey, come on, it's been the same price. Even eggs went up. Air. You went outside, you breathed. Oh, sorry. That's going to cost you. Well, at least you know you're safe with us. So head over to the Patreon. And you can also watch...
In a world where dollar stores are now $1.50 stores.
That's right.
We stayed the same.
That's right. Of course. Just for you. We're live on YouTube. Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern, so follow us on YouTube. We're on all the social medias as well, so you can get us on X, TikTok, etc. And the Discord, AAADiscord.com, where you can watch our anime club.
Yes.
Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. God damn
Every
it.
other Wednesday. Not every Wednesday. But
Well, every other Wednesday at least.
yeah.
So you better get over there, because otherwise Caroline's going to be unhappy. Isn't that right?
I know. We really need some more members. And if we don't get more members, Principal Mitsugi is going to shut down the club.
Oh,
no.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. I'll throw you out. I'll be the bouncer. So on the podcast today, get excited because it's the summer 2025 anime picks, and I will, I've just been having fun with these. Get ready because I am probably going to make fun of all of these. Every single one. I'll be like, who the hell picked this shit? It's going to be good. So we're going to go through 21 anime.
Everybody. The answer is everybody.
Well, no, not necessarily. The way we do it, someone.
Somebody put it on their top list.
Someone got Dawn to Dawn. Somebody got, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you will have to see.
Everybody had Dawn to Dawn. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I didn't have Dawn to Dawn at the top because I knew all y'all suckers would have it at the top. I went for the straight smut, and we'll get to that later on.
Is that different than any
Nobody
other time?
was fighting for your picks, Mitch.
I know we'll get to it, but it's a beautiful strategy. It's like it makes me so warm. You understand me. I love that.
Well,
At least I wasn't in the fray. We're also going to review My Happy Marriage Season 2. Speaking of smut, so we're going to have to see. It's very smutty. So
the
very smutty.
smuttiest show of the season.
But before that, briefly, here we go. We have some new Patreons. I want to thank. We got Tyler G on Patreon and also Solomon coming in big. So thank you for supporting the podcast. I hope you guys have an amazing week. And now it's time to start the show.
おー、大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
Big trouble in Little China because Lionsgate is employing AI to make movies, I guess. They have said that they can remake an entire live-action film as an anime in only 3 hours with AI.
Oh my god.
Which is probably very alarming. It should be alarming to most people. So Lionsgate has already partnered with some generative AI company called Runway. Don't know if they're on the stock market or not, but that could be worth looking into. And the chairman, Michael Burns, gave his view on the speed and cost of implementing this technology. He said that they they probably wouldn't make something, for example, for $100 million, but if they can do it for $50 million with AI, they would probably do that. So they're definitely using a cost-cutting measure here to remake things with AI, and I have a picture here.
To be fair, this
you can look
picture
at-
you've got looks kind of like ass.
It does.
Poopy butthole
Well,
is what it looks like.
It does kind of look like poopy butthole, doesn't it?
It's so
Do
bad.
I have a poop drop? There's got to be a poop drop in here. You don't like eating dog shit? There you go. It does kind of look like. See, I can find drops now.
I'm so proud of you.
Isn't that so great? I
So
couldn't-
Good
great.
organization, Mitch. It's so great.
You know what's funny? I found the drop of Enzo saying it's impression time like 11 times on this soundboard. I was like, what is no wonder I couldn't find anything. It's just Enzo saying anyway. So on repackaging and reselling existing franchises, someone told the reporter that if they can do it, if they now we can say do it in anime format, make it in PG-13, and in 3 hours it'll have a movie. So they can literally take a movie and even change the content and change it into an anime in only 3 hours, and it'll be made. They proposed in some film they're working on a 10-second shot of 10,000 soldiers on a hillside with a bunch of horses in a snowstorm. And according to the article, the shot would take 3 days and millions of dollars to film in the Himalayas, which, I mean, that does sound kind of difficult, right? But the staff could create that shot with this technology for only $10,000. So, I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts at this point? I think this is just like where we're heading. It's redundant at this point, but soon we will all come to terms with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We're
It
hurtling.
does feel like we have talked about it a lot. But in that situation where you're talking about like, oh, well, AI can make this tundra scene with horses and stuff like that in this amount of time instead of going on location, kind of just sounds like we're replacing CGI. Because they would go and use that in CGI, not go on location for that kind of stuff before AI. So I wonder if it really is going to take over everything, and I mean, it could, or if it's just going to be another tool.
Boo, boo, boo.
What you want a boo
Who is
drop?
mad?
I hate it. I don't like it. I feel like we're hurtling towards dead internet theory, but also with like every form of media with this. It's like it's just going to be fucking AI slop online. We're watching AI slop. It's like AI is our overlord, and we thought it was going to be like the Terminator, but instead it's just here to make us fucking dumb.
I saw somebody on the internet say that like within 5 years the internet will just be a wasteland of like bots and AI making like commenting on comments and on comments made on it that were like a video that was made by AI would have comments made by AI that are replied to by AI, and then occasionally there'll be a human in there, but you'll never know who's the AI and not, and then you're just like talking to nobody, basically.
Like, I think going outside and like doing things in real life will become cool again because everything's just gonna become slop.
That would be interesting. Duncan Crabtree Ireland, the chief negotiator of the Actors Union SAG-AFTRA, which has been in the news a lot because, as I think Otaku Cock talked about before, their voice actors are getting in trouble for being obnoxious, especially some of the Genshin Impact voice actors and actresses. Yes, I know.
Replaced. Some of them have been replaced.
Well, they kind of have to be. When
Don't
they
mess with
their...
Hoyoverse money. You
Yeah,
can't mess with the Big Daddy's money.
Don't mess with Daddy's. Give me my paper. So
That's right. That's my paper.
Crabtree Ireland, which is an interesting name, noted that after the union's 2023 strike, each major studio agreed to provide an update on its use of AI every 6 months. But apparently this isn't stopping anything from happening, really, because, as the reporter said, companies at every level of the film industry have rogue staffers that use AI under the table and without permission. So they'll have an AI create a piece of art, and then they'll have an artist come in and copy the AI. So they're working backwards. That's
really bizarre.
So it's like because it's tough to come up with something that's like creative and copy something, right? So now the humans are copying the AI.
But the weird thing is you're training
because
AI off of what humans have already created. So it just becomes a loop where eventually AI will have nothing to copy and take from because we're just taking AI's regurgitated bullshit.
Go on, Otaku Cup.
Well, I was just going to say, I think we're already starting to head that direction even quicker because my own social media, I would say now about 25% of the videos that show up on my For You page are AI-generated videos. You can tell they're AI-generated, but at the same time, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, someone released an AI video of 2 stormtroopers from Star Wars live streaming themselves during a firefight, but it's got over like 10 million views. Like, this is some stuff that people want to see because AI can pretty much create any scenario you ask it for. And that's where I think the studios are going to lean hard into it because they can just be like, hey, AI, write me a sequel to the sequel of this project, and I want 37 space horses flying with rainbows flying out of their ass. And AI will produce that in a cheap and effective manner, and they're going to give that to us to consume.
There's this one thing I saw on Instagram that at first I thought it was a, actually made skit that people were doing, and it was very funny. Like, it was like, picture a skit where it's about Jesus being like after Jesus was crucified, and it's like the townspeople using very modern vernacular and slang to describe like, and it's an interview interviewing the public after Jesus was crucified. Like, where were you at the crucifixion? He's like, oh, I don't know, I didn't like the vibe, so I actually got going before. And like, I'm not making a great impression of it. It was pretty funny, and at first I thought it was an internet skit. And then I saw so many of them being made so quickly, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I took a closer look at it, and I'm like, am I sure that these are real people and this is not just like a AI created thing? And then I find out like later, I'm like, oh yeah, this is AI created. And I felt really guilty, but at the same time, it was very funny.
Well, it's kind of like those brain scans. What was it MIT did on people using ChatGPT, showing that it's like deteriorated people's neural connections because people aren't even thinking anymore.
Critical thinking is pretty much out the window at this point.
Chat GPT.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Chat GPT. This is Time Magazine, so it should be somewhat reputable, I guess. Yeah, it's a 54 subjects, 18 to 39-year-olds from the Boston area in 3 groups. Let's see here. Chat GPT, blah, blah, blah. It's going to take me forever to digest this shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you can read the article if you want. Time Magazine's got it. It's called ChatGPT may be eroding critical thinking skills, according to a new MIT study.
You should look at the brain scans. It's pretty crazy. They have pictures of the brain scans in the article.
I'm not going to read this whole
thing.
thing.
It's insane.
Anyway, this is the future. So
No thinking, eat the slop, be happy with it. But if you don't want to, go outside, I guess.
just remember that if you coom to AI porn, your semen will have no souls. Just remember that. Just remember.
So I'm coming
I
day and
forget
night.
that, actually.
All right, Otaku Cop. Let's move on. We'll keep you
Wait,
updated.
let's do my news.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, so sorry. Oh, Lemon Bell pancake. What is your news?
Nothing.
Wow, that was easy. Okay.
You're welcome.
Now then, fine. So, Otaku Cop, what do you have?
I'll make it quick. So we had an anime set a Guinness Book of World Records record.
Is it
very
One Piece?
recently. It's not One Piece.
Oh,
It is in
what?
fact-
God, amazing.
It is in fact the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Want you to
Has
coom.
received the Guinness World Record for the longest anime speech. So
what,
our man
what kind of
Rentaro-
stupid shit?
I know. They have
I don't make
crazy-
the records. I just repeat them.
Oh my
So at
God.
the end of season 2, Rentaro goes on this very long speech about all the things that he loves about his girlfriends. And it was within the manga
Cringe.
7,453 characters. So that earned it the
Jesus.
Guinness World Record for longest speech in anime. So,
Who is
Good on
fucking
you,
counting
100
all this
girlfriend.
crap?
well, apparently
that's-
Guinness.
No, I'm
Some
sure
AI
they took.
probably.
Yeah, they took
An AI
the
probably
speech and popped in AI and said, "How many character are this?"
Yeah, like, AI, what is the longest speech? And it read every manga in the world in like 4 minutes and was like, okay, it's this. Wow.
I mean, it was really long.
It
In
was
the
long.
anime. I attempted. Okay, so if you haven't seen the last part of that show, the speech is done in like they have the subtitles in the background of him saying all this stuff. So it's listing it out, and then also he's saying it at like 5 times speed. It's crazy. And
It's
at
also
first,
written
I
out
was
in
like, I
manga.
want to read the subtitles, of course. So I read the first subtitles. I think it's going to end there. And then it flashes to a new screen, and it starts writing it all down again. And I'm like, okay, that gotta be done, right? And it
Jesus.
just goes on and on and on. And I think like 2 solid minutes of this happening. And yeah, I could not do all of that.
Where's my speech? Of 7,453 characters.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wow. I
If
mean,
anybody's going to give a speech that long about how much they love pancake, it's got to be Mitsuki, right?
I did give you a diamond on a beach in Cancun. So, it's pretty good.
Diamonds are worth 1,000 words, so
Diamonds.
where are the
She'll
set
pretty
another
much have to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was at a Mayan concert in Japan, who does like the half the music for Macross Frontier. I'm looking at Otaku Cop. I feel like you would be a Macross Frontier fan. Just gonna.
Of course I like Macross. Come on now.
And she literally, I've said this in the past, but she literally went through the audience and they spotlighted every single person in the audience. And I'm talking about an auditorium with probably 20,000 people. And she thanked every single person for almost an hour.
Christ.
And it was
Wow.
it was so cringe. It was the cringiest thing I've ever fucking seen because these people they're all otaku. They're all like obsessed with her. And it would have been like an affront on their like obsession with her to not be individually thanked. So I was just like,
Do you stay until everybody's thanked, or do you like leave after the thank
I
you?
left. I was like in the I was in the balcony, I think, and I was like, I'm not fucking staying here for 40 minutes to be thanked by Mayan. So I just was like, get the hell out of here. Oh my god. All right.
I heard that for an encore, she then announced she was engaged and apologized to all 20,000 people.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny.
That is good. I like that.
Thank you, and I'm sorry to you, and you, and you,
And you, and
and
you,
you,
and
and
you.
you.
Yeah.
That's one element of the J-pop and K-pop cultures that drives me insane. Like when it gets found out that they're in a real healthy relationship, they have to come out and apologize. To
How
their fans.
dare you
I'm so
fall in
sorry
love.
That I found happiness in my life. I'm so sorry. Like
Sorry, I'm getting cracked on the
What are you
reg,
doing?
guys.
Jeez. Yeah, okay. All right, well, we have a summer season to get to, and this segment tends to take forever, so let's get started. We haven't changed the way that we pick our anime, but we did change how we do the impressions. But for the picks, every host does about between 10 and 15 picks. So, like, these are the top 15 that I want. We roll dice, and then we go down the list, and whoever gets the dice pick first, I think I got a 20. Pancake got a 20.
I got a motherfucking nat 20, bitch.
Otaku Cop got a 13. Poor Caroline got a 5.
Oh, no.
I really
I didn't roll
Just-
this. That was Mason.
got destroyed on this one.
Fucking
So
wrecked.
basically,
This is the worst roll I have gotten in a long
pretty bad.
time, with the worst results in a long time.
it's pretty bad, and I can show this on the screen here if you guys. Well, I don't want to give them away. I'll show you at the end. But so I rolled a 20. Pancake rolled a 20. So we each I get my first pick we'll say, and then Pancake gets
Suck my dick.
Pancake gets her first pick unless I had her first pick, and then she goes to her second. So does that make sense? And then it keeps going. It keeps going until we've picked up 20 or so shows. So it's just how we do things. It's almost like draft picks. So and I'm going to play the trailer for every single one of these. So while we talk about them, but I do think we should rotate here. So let's just arbitrarily who picked the first pick is Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. Who the new one? Which I think it's just incredible that they're making another one of these. Who picked this? Come on.
You gotta scroll down.
It was.
It's at the bottom, so it's gonna
It's
be.
at the bottom.
Where the fuck is it?
Jeez, I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know.
don't see it on here.
Who picked this?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well,
Wasn't me.
all right. Well, I'm gonna play the trailer here. That's interesting. Someone might have swapped it out because something else wasn't airing or whatever. That happens pretty periodically. So, Panty or Stocking with Garter Belt. Who wants to take this? I'm gonna play the trailer on the
I'll
screen.
take it.
Yep, please.
All right. So, Panty, Stocking, and Garter Belt. If you've seen the previous projects, this is a sorry. Sorry. Goodness. All right. So,
Was that a
doesn't know how
sneeze?
many- It was.
God
not
bless
difficult.
you, you sweet bald man.
I know.
Wow.
It's a Studio Trigger project. It is going to be a mature show with tons of violence and profanity. It's right up Mitsuki's alley. If you've seen the previous projects, it's pretty much going to be more the same, I would assume. There's really not a lot of information as to what the story is or anything like that. So, I don't know. Have you guys watched any of the previous iterations of it?
I haven't.
I have not. But the animation, when they're like chibi style, kind of reminds me of
Powerpuff
was it
Girls?
Hi? No, like Hi Puffy Amiyumi. Amiyumi? I can't remember how to say that.
Ayumi Hamasaki.
It was on Cartoon Network.
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. Well, it kind of looks like that mixed with Powerpuff Girls for sure.
Yeah, Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. This first one came out when the podcast was pretty early on. It's 2010, so this podcast would probably have been like in its first 50 episodes, and I don't know if we even covered it. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about a property that's coming back after 15 years. This was a Gainax show, and Gainax, I think, does have a lot of the staff of Studio Trigger, so that does make sense. So it seems like a different studio, but some of the staffers may be the same, and this one was pretty big when it came out. So, but we'll have to see if it makes the cut here. So we're gonna go through all the impressions later on. So, Caroline, you want to take the next one, and we'll just go around in a circle here. I'm gonna play all the trailers for the people watching.
Okay, let's see here. We got Apocalypse Bringer, Minogra. World conquest begins with the civilization of ruin. Long title. Okay, is it a light novel? It is. Not sure.
It is a light
Comic
novel.
Walker.
It's a-
Serialization. Oh yeah,
it's a
light
light
novel.
novel.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Synopsis: Bedridden and abandoned, Takuto Ira spends his days in a hospital trying to beat the illness that is slowly killing him. His only solace lay in the nation management strategy game Eternal Nations, where he built a reputation as the greatest player to ever live. After succumbing to his disease, Takuto awoke in the game next to Atto, the hero unit for his favorite civilization, Minogra. now they'll set out to conquer the world together again, one unit, settlement, and level at a time. So,
Who fucking picked
Sword
this?
Art Online, but he died and reincarnated into the game. Perhaps.
Who the hell picked this shit?
I don't know.
Not I.
That is an Andrew pick.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Oh, this is so far down his list. He got his top
Yeah.
2 picks, and then he got punted all the way down to number
To be
8.
fair, for
pretty
everyone
bad.
listening, we're starting at the bottom and going up.
Yeah, this is at the bottom, yeah.
Bottom.
It does have a
Bottom.
hot-looking elf girl in it, and a really dead-in-the-eyes looking black-haired protagonist. Oh, if I see some tentacles in this trailer? Ooh. Okay. It looks like generic isekai fantasy stuff with black-haired protagonist and sexy, big-titted elf girl.
I give
type,
it a 1 out of 5 for being good.
You don't think you're going to like that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the next one.
That's Raggedy Doctors. Yeah, go ahead. I got it right
It's
here. If you want to look
Gachai
at
Kuta.
it. Gachia Kuda.
Gachia Kuda. It was nominated for the 47th and 48th Kodansha Manga Awards in the Shonen category in 2023 and 2024. The synopsis is, living in the slums of a wealthy town, Rudo and his foster father, Rigetto, try to coexist with the rest of the town's residents, but Rudo despises the wastefulness of the upper class. Ignoring the warnings from those around him, Rudo regularly rummages through the town's garbage in search of anything useful or valuable to save from the abyss, a massive hole where anything considered trash is dumped, including people. Well, that's fucking shitty. Holy fuck.
Wow, they put the people in the trash too?
I bet that's where they put, like, the dumpster abortions after the prom. Rudo's biological
What?
father was
Oh my god.
one such person, having been thrown into the abyss after he was accused of murder. One day, after running into a mysterious figure on his way home, Rudo returns to find Rigetto's dying body on the floor. He is immediately found at the scene by authorities and charged with murder. No one believes his claims of innocence, and he is thrown into the abyss. Instead of dying, however, he finds himself in a strange, foul-smelling place. Well, of course, it's fucking trash and, like, dead people. Surrounded by monsters made out of trash. The fuck? When Rudo is attacked by said monsters...
Okay, you don't have to read the whole synopsis.
Yeah, basically, he's going to become, like, a trash lord, is what it sounds like.
It's done by Studio Bones Film, which it has the same logo, Studio Bones. But I don't know. They've only done 3 things, so.
I mean, it looks like it could be good.
Yeah.
Actually, I did consider it for a second to put higher on I did put it on my list, but on the lower end. I did consider to put it higher, but here's the thing. At first it was giving Sabikui Bisco, and then I realized it's giving Sabikui Bisco. And then I realized that Sabikui Bisco ended up being not so great. And then on top of that, whenever a show has all these terminologies that they kind of made up and they're throwing around as if it's not cringe, that's when it gets me. So you have
The Abyss.
and cleaners, and their weapons are called vital instruments, and blah blah blah. And so it's stereotypical.
It's very
young adult
anime.
fiction.
Yeah.
It's not all that, and at first it seems unique, but then it becomes contrite, if that's the word I'm looking for.
I mean,
Contrived, yeah. I mean, I could see it possibly being good. It was nominated
It doesn't mean much.
for the 47th and 48th Kandasha Manga Awards in the shonen category. So we do know Raggedy and our girl Lady Emery love some shonen. So this might be, a good shonen pick if Raggedy's put it pretty high on his list.
Yeah, I was gonna say Raggedy Doctor is a degenerate shonen filth monster.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, he would admit that.
yeah.
So that makes perfect sense for him. All right, let's move on here. The next one is a callback to, quite a while ago. So I haven't actually seen the first season of this, but it was popular the first season, and that is Grand Blue, which is it was, I don't know. I put it near the top because I thought we should cover it. I don't know jack shit about this anime, but
You want me to give you the synopsis?
I have an idea of what the synopsis is. Chad boys drink and swim. And it looks like that's what they're doing in the trailer. They're still
Man.
drinking and groping And yeah, and
there's
and
titties,
being naked.
and there's penises, and fighting, and books being thrown, and anime shenanigans. Oh, boobs on the back of the head.
I mean, everybody loves boobs on their face and on the back of the head. Am I right? Come on. Who doesn't love some boobs on their head?
This looks like a very anime.
Yeah, so...
I gave the first season a couple episodes. I didn't finish it. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I kind of was wondering, like, what did I miss? Why didn't I love this show or anything?
It's frat boy comedy.
Yeah.
Is it ecchi? Is there ecchi
Yes.
as a tag
There's
for this?
ecchi, but they also spend 98.7% of the time intoxicated. And it's just hijinks.
Yeah, so...
It's not technically listed on the Mal list.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's just adult cast and gag humor.
If you squint, it could be. I mean, it's about a freshman university student who goes to some place to do scuba. He takes residence above a scuba shop and, I don't know, does a lot of drinking with friends near the ocean.
Sequel after 7 years. That's when the first one came out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty well loved anime. I mean, if you look at my anime list, it's got nearly 500,000 reviews at an 8.4. I mean, that's a pretty good score. People like this, so I mean, it needed to be picked. And honestly, I don't know if anybody else had it high at all on here. Oh no, they did. Mason had it pretty high too. So, all right, that's Grand Blue season 2, and then the next one we got here on the list.
I'll take
juggling multiple mouses here.
Yeah, this one is Solo Camping for 2. The story centers on Gen Kinokura, a devoted solo camper who treasures his solitude. During one of his usual camping trips, he unexpectedly crosses paths with Shizuku Kusano, a total camping novice. What starts as an accidental encounter and evolves into an unusual partnership as the two embark on what could only be described as solo camping for 2.
Pancake.
That is not the definition of solo camping.
Why, Pancake? Is because you love camping? Is this why you picked this?
Yeah.
Really? Is that why?
Yeah, I like cute things
What-
and I like camping.
What drew you to this?
I didn't like a lot of the season 2s, and I was like, oh, cute, camping. I'll put it on my list.
Did anybody else have
I didn't
this?
actually see this. I don't remember seeing this when we were looking forward.
I'm trying to see if anybody else even wanted this. I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody.
Although this
had
guy
this.
does smell like this guy looks like he smells like dirty
Wow.
butthole.
Dirty
A little bit.
butthole.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, the girl's got some weird hairline thing going on where she's got these little hairs sticking out of her head. They all do.
Yeah.
And, like-
okay, so she has hair, but then 2 strands of hair coming out of the top of it.
It makes her head look like it's got like a 3D effect to it or something. Yeah, I would not go camping with that guy. He looks like he'd crawl into your sleeping bag in the middle of the night. And nobody else wanted this, Pancake. You rescued this from the Gachi Akuda, whatever the fuck the anime was called, dumpster.
Dumped the abyss.
You
I saved it from the abyss.
You saved it from the dumpster pile.
I don't know. It could be fun. We'll see.
Okay.
Not high hopes. Maybe like a 2 out of 10.
I would not go camping with this guy. He can't be trusted. And any guy
Could
who's
you
like,
imagine bringing this guy home to your parents?
he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a totally platonic camping relationship with you, one-on-one in the woods. There is no chance.
You know what?
He's biding his
think
time.
It's these weird shadows they put around the bridge of his nose.
It makes him look nefarious.
He's
Like,
gonna be
he
real
has
nefarious when
his
he's.
scruff, but that's not the thing that's weird. It's the nose and the bridge around it's so much line work on his face. What is happening here?
It's like
He looks like the
JoJo,
type
but
of
not
person-
JoJo.
He looks like the type of person whose criminal background I need to check and make sure he's not on a list.
Yeah, this is definitely a guy that he rolls up to pick up your daughter, and you got the shotgun out in your lap, right?
He's gonna look real suspicious when he's leaning over you, heavily breathing in the middle of the night.
Oh my god!
I mean, come on. All right, this next anime is called The Water Magician. This was a Caroline. This is a Caroline pick. It's yours.
A Caroline special.
It was number 8 on my list. So
Pretty far down
don't
there, yeah.
criticize me for how this turns out. And remember,
Too
I
late.
had one of the worst roles of the group.
But
I should be pitied.
I do pity you, but I have a question.
Yes.
The first shot on the trailer, the thumbnail has a black-haired, generic-looking protagonist. I know you. What say you? How
I
could you
know.
do this?
Listen, I.
Is it an
agree.
isekai?
Full agree.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
Definitely.
Let's find out. This is the water magician. Ryo is delighted to be reincarnated. Oh, yep, isekai.
Yep,
into
it
the
is.
fantastical world of Phi, where he thinks he'll be able to live a quiet life, learning to use his newfound water magic. Going with the flow here, however, means something very different. Ryo is immediately pitted against the wild lands he winds up in, and a slew of deadly monsters that call the remote subcontinent home. You'd think he'd forget about taking it easy when he's stuck fighting for his life, but lucky for him, he is naturally optimistic, clever, and blessed. Of course he's blessed. With the hidden eternal youth trait. He's an immortal, guys. 20 years pass in the blink of an eye, and each encounter along the way pushes him one step closer to the pinnacle of human magic. Little does he realize that only the opening chapter of his tale, a faithful meeting, soon thrusts him to the forefront of history, forever changing the course of his life. Thus begins the adventures of the strongest water magician the world has ever seen, who also likes to do things at his own pace.
Oh, God. I didn't see one
the water
big-titted
magician.
chick in this whole trailer. It's going to fail for sure. Isn't that... I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
every black-haired
I didn't think it
protagonist
was-
needs one.
I didn't think it's like it automatically screamed, this is gonna be bad. Because, I don't know, I like water stuff, water magic, all that stuff. I don't know, it's not like...
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on.
It's not giving anime of the year, for sure.
It's giving, I'll forget it after I've watched 2 episodes. You know
At
what
least it's not giving, this is going to be terrible to watch, you know?
There's solo cat.
We'll see.
I
Hey!
haven't seen worse.
Hey! Are you trying to throw hands?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I say that offended you?
Something about solo camping.
No, I don't know. No, I'm clicking. I'm trying to manage 900 things here at once, and I'm talking to myself.
Get good.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
Sorry.
take the next one.
We're not rocking like multiple.
Yes, please
editors
do,
here.
because I don't know what the... I didn't watch
I
this
do. I
fucking
watched
first
it.
season.
watched-
Guys,
Why
it's
is
gonna
this
get better.
fucking back?
We are going over some of the not so great that this season.
Yeah,
has
we're at
to
number.
offer.
We're counting
Let's
down.
focus on that.
For just so you know where we are, we're counting down from 21, and we're now at number 15. So we're getting there, but we're not there yet. Okay, Otaku Cop, go ahead.
It's all good. So this next selection is Call of the Night Season 2. I watched the first season of this. I enjoyed it. So this is a... Leiden Films is the studio who does this. It's licensed by Sentai, so you can catch it on High Dive. But this is essentially continuing the story
Boo.
of Ko Yamori, who basically... This is going to shock you all. He struggles to understand the concept of love.
Really?
So, because he sees little sense in, becoming a normal person who falls in love, he stops going to school and develops insomnia. So he just begins to roam the streets at night, and then he encounters this really kooky wild girl
Creepy nuts.
named Nazuna, and he finds out that she is in fact a vampire. And she introduces him to the nightlife, the supernatural, all while playing video games with Ko and keeping him company. And it's actually not a terrible little rom-com-ish supernatural thing. And I anticipate season 2 not being terrible, because the manga's pretty popular as well.
So this is like Tokyo Ghoul if things
It's
were a
much
little
better
bit...
than that, though.
A little
It
bit
is
more
much
cash
better.
money.
It's not.
A little bit more
Very
cash
slice
money
of
than...
life.
Yeah, this is not Tokyo
Tokyo
Ghoul.
Ghoul.
This is not even close. This is not remotely the same as
We
Tokyo
can
Ghoul.
thank Lady Emery for this pick. This is her choice.
Okay.
This is a slice of life with a vampire. And then all the vampires like fight over him halfway through, and I'm like, why do they even give a fuck about this sniveling little twat? Like,
Be Tokyo Ghoul if things went better on
Oh.
his first date.
all these 800-year vampire women are all obsessed with this 14-year-old boy who can't even manage to like go to school and pass like algebra.
Well,
Yeah.
Mitch, you have
Why
to
do they give a
understand the
shit?
formula is this: if you want a true harem, you have to not understand love 1 ounce, so that when all
I
these women
see.
throw their love at you, you just confusedly walk about saying, "I don't understand what she meant."
That doesn't just make you an incel. You get it's the opposite.
Apparently, according to
I
the
got
formula.
it. Got it. Okay.
When we
According-
reviewed the first season, I did not really like it. Maybe but maybe it's because we had to binge it and I just was feeling forced to watch it. Meanwhile, like a few weeks ago for Anime Club, we actually did a club on Call of the Night Season 1. And while I didn't finish all of it, I just didn't have the time for a rewatch. Rewatching some of the episodes, it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. It's just a very low-key slice of life show. It's not like the most exciting.
Otaku Cop, your pick is next.
That's fine. I'll take it too.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
I am too.
You should be. So it was my number 4 pick, and I'm glad that I got it, is Bunny Girl Senpai Season 2. Now, I think...
Thank God, finally.
6 years
Yeah,
later.
it took long enough. I enjoyed the first season so much that I actually picked up the light novels to continue with this. But at the end of the day, if you haven't seen it, the story pretty much centers around Sakuta, who's a teenage boy, and he is basically navigating the very rare and inexplicable puberty syndrome that everybody thinks is a myth, but he is afflicted with this disease, and all of the teenagers that surround him are afflicted with this disease as well. And you meet who is arguably the top waifu from the original season when it showed back in 2018, Mai, who is our...
Arguably?
She definitely is.
Come on, bro. Come on.
100%. So this is just going to be further adapting more material. I think it's going to be one of the most watched shows of this season, and just because of Mai, I think it'll keep itself in the top 10 most popular. I'm looking forward to it. I think
You don't know how old how long ago the first season came out?
2018.
He just told you, but yeah, go ahead. You gonna make a joke about me?
No, you were in your empty ass fucking condo, and we watched it one week, and I was visiting in Florida.
Shit.
Yeah, that's how fucking long ago that was.
Were you in my condo when we watched it?
Yes.
Wow, that was a bad idea. Who let you visit me in Florida?
Memories.
My God.
You see, I really liked the first
Wow.
season, but I just wasn't interested. I mean, not that I wasn't interested. It's just like I know that there were sequel movies, and I just wasn't really keeping up with it. And I'm kind of confused. Like, is this a sequel to the movies? Or...
Yeah, do we need to watch the movies?
I don't know if you need to watch the thing is it's adapting a progression of the light novels, so I guess you could say yes, because they're going along the light novels in somewhat chronological order. So yes, I would watch the movies, but I don't think it's 100% necessary.
Gotcha.
I anticipate them recapping something.
And I played the wrong
So
trailer.
this
by the
season
way.
is Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus.
Yes.
It's not. That's because at first I read that. I'm
Oh,
like,
no
is that
wonder I
like
didn't
the Christmas
fucking
special that they came out with or
Stupid
something?
bullshit.
It's Christmas in July.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no wonder I didn't play the right trailer because I didn't. Okay, fuck it. All right.
You didn't play the right one.
Pancake, why don't you take this next one? I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up here for you.
Okay.
City the Animation, which I hope is something related to City Hunter. But if it was,
I doubt it.
If it was, Mason wouldn't have picked it because, you know.
So, the synopsis is Midori is in a bit of a bind.
Can we just pause for a second?
Yeah.
This is so obviously the same company that does Nichijou and Azumanga Daioh. It's just painful.
It's the same mangaka.
Yeah, because everybody looks the exact same. You can't draw a face; it looks different.
Oh. I mean, it's
Identify-
kind of it's a cute style.
Well, it is. I'm just saying every character he's ever drawn looks like he's the same as Toriyama. Like he's got 94 characters that look like Goku.
Yeah. With different haircuts and hair colors.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So, Midori's in a bit of a bind. She's in debt, and her landlady is trying to shake her down for unpaid rent. That happens a lot in anime. What's with people not paying their rent?
Her best friend spending all their money on Klarna trying to buy Chipotle burritos.
Well, they're in Japan.
They're
So
still-
her best
yeah,
friend
okay.
refuses to loan her cash since she's wised up to her tricks. Maybe some bullying would help, or a bit of petty theft.
I see.
Neither is sustainable. Maybe getting a job would settle things. Oh, so she's just fucking lazy. Got it.
So she doesn't
But
have a
working
job?
means less time for fun adventures in the big
I
city.
see.
So basically, it sounds like a girl that's irresponsible and just wants to have fun and can't pay her rent. And that's the story of her.
Listen, the real reason why this got picked is because it's KyoAni.
It looks good. It looks cute. It looks fun.
It'll probably be one of the highest watched shows of the season because it's KyoAni.
But go get a job.
So that's for real. She can't. They're going to evict her because she's not in a bit of a bind. She doesn't have a fucking job.
Oh my God, was that a butt?
That was a peach. Supposed to be a peach.
Oh, well, it looked like a nutsack.
So wait, so she doesn't have a job, and they say she's in a bind, and
She doesn't want to.
her landlady's trying to shake her down for unpaid rent, but she has no job. That sounds more like she's trying to shake the landlady down for freeloading.
Well, now she's trying to get money from her friend, but her friend won't loan her money because
She shouldn't. She's just going to spend it on drugs.
I agree. Not drugs.
How do
but
you know?
she wants to adventure. She doesn't want to have a job because it would cut into adventure time.
She needs to start a
This
YouTube
kind of
channel.
sounds like the story of somebody who's on Judge Judy.
Yes.
Like, the
Yeah, where's
lady
Judge
is trying to
Judy?
get her rent, but Midori does not want to get a job, and she has trouble with her friends who are not giving her any more money. Dun dun.
Yeah, really.
This is going to be one of the best anime of the season, probably.
It's going to be fun. It looks fun.
Yeah, because it has the fun plot. And it's KyoAni, so it's going to look impeccable.
The art style's kind of cute.
Gag anime can be hit or miss. Like, after a couple episodes, you might think, like, I'm not
It
really
might get-
sure.
If it's episodic, it'll get real old real fast,
Do
I think.
people like the
It-
manga? That's
think
kind of
it is.
8. It's kind of 8. Okay.
I have a hard
Gag
time with
humor
episodic.
anime isn't typically-
Yeah.
If it's episodic gags, I'm going to be bored as fuck.
Yeah. But it looks cute.
All right. This
I'll give
next
it a
one
chance.
was picked by Andrew. So I'm going to say, I don't know, Otaku Cop. It's about detectives. You have to pick it. You have to do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought
am
Caroline
like
was
that.
the big detective buff here.
But literally Otaku.
I mean, she's the true crime.
I mean, yeah,
expert,
but like
for sure.
he's a literal cop, so I think.
Yeah,
we
I
should
mean,
take
come
it.
on.
He's a
seriously.
cop, not a detective. They're different things, aren't they?
What? They're-
Technically, no. All detectives are cops, but not all cops are detectives.
Are you a detective?
Not yet, but
He's working
may
on it,
become
okay?
one soon.
Ooh, yeah.
Crime doc at some
Oh,
point.
I
yeah.
might have to be otaku detective. We'll see.
I love it.
Oh my gosh! Please
No,
tell us.
but you would
if
still be
do,
a
then
cop,
that-
so you would be an otaku detective cop,
I would be otaku detective cop.
or to be cop detective.
I have to come up with some isekai job title if I make detective.
Do I-
Detective
but I-
Otaku.
I'm going to be trying to work gun crimes.
Do I get to call you
The gun
Dick?
goes boom, we investigate. Huh?
Do I get to call you Dick when you become a detective?
You can call me that now, Sailor.
Big Dick.
Stop
Daddy.
it!
Oh my gosh! All right. Anyway,
All right.
Can't with
Anyways,
you guys.
Hanging the
detectives
swinging
these days
dicks.
are crazy. So that's what we're going to talk about. Detectives these days are crazy. So this is a Kadokawa is producing this, and Leiden Films.
Come
Man,
on,
that's
Bizzle.
2 anime this season.
oh
All the
my!
Night Season 2 and this. So Nagumo Kiichiro was a genius high school detective. No case was complex enough for him, but what happens to genius detectives when they get older? Man, I could give you a whole byline on that. Now 30, he's already now 35 with bad hips,
This
running a
fucking
failing
trailer is
detective
hyper.
agency with no cases to solve and struggling to pay the rent. No one can pay rent. Here we go. He's at a dead end. In comes a high
there's
school girl
titties.
in his office
Excellent.
who says
High
she
school
wants
girl
to
will
work
save the
with
day.
him. So with her help, will the out-of-touch, old-fashioned Nagumo get back the fire of his youth?
Probably.
Well, yeah.
She had a big
doesn't
rack
matter
on her,
to me
so
far.
she might save the
This
birth
is
rate.
kind of
I
reminding
love
me of
how-
Cell of Eccentrics. This
I
is,
love
like,
how there's-
kind of what happens.
I love how they're saying 35 is like ancient.
That's so
I know
sad.
he's already got
I
bad
know.
hips. Like, come
Like
on, man.
that hit at like 45, right?
Bad hips?
Yeah,
What the
I got
fuck?
bad hips and I'm 28. Like, come on.
Oh,
What? That's
You do.
because one of your legs is like a millimeter shorter than the other or something. That's pretty common.
I mean, I like the animation.
But that's not because you're old.
I'm just saying, your hips can hurt at any time.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
35's not old.
No, hell no, it isn't old. Shit. Listen. Otaku Cop, will you please do something about this?
What would you like me to do?
Will you please put her... What do you think I want you to do? I want you to arrest her ass.
He just wants you to handcuff me.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I have no jurisdiction in the great state of Tennessee.
Thank God.
don't I have a
My
drop
powers
here?
of arrest don't actually.
We've got a 415 on Grove Street in Davis.
What does that mean? We got a mouthy woman over here calling me old.
That's just called being married.
Here they come. They're
Nope.
gonna arrest your ass.
Now here's a question: does this guy look older than 35 to you?
No.
in this
He
show?
does.
No, you don't
He
think
does.
so?
Pancake said
He's in his
no.
40s to me. He could be in his 40s.
He could be 50.
Could be.
I don't fucking know. All right,
37 with
let's
no
move on. We don't
shoulders
have
is what
time.
Gohan
We have
Trunks
no
fan
time.
says.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. What do we got next on here? We got Bullet. Caroline, would you like to Bulleto? Who picked this shit? Who is this?
It's a raggedy selection.
Yeah.
Is it a shonen?
It is.
Is it shonen?
It's an original, actually. So.
Oh.
It doesn't say what it is, but we're gonna be able to tell by the trailer probably, which I'm playing
Okay.
right now.
Oh.
In the near future, civilization
Disney
has
anime.
collapsed and the world has become a wasteland. Despite their poverty, the people use remnants of past civilizations to lead resilient lives. Gear works in a junk his name is Gear. Okay. Gear works in a junk shop.
Wow.
Gear.
What a coincidence to be named Gear and
What is this,
working in a
Mega
junk
Man?
It looks like it.
So he works in a junk shop while also retrieving stolen goods alongside Q0213, a robot with 4 personalities. Okay. And White Bear, a gambler. One day, Gear finds himself thrust into a once-in-a-lifetime job to steal an important item. They soon find themselves up against deadly assassins, heart-pounding car chases, and explosive battles. What Gear and his team do not know yet is that the item they stole holds a secret that could shake the very foundation of this world.
Dun-dun-dun. God, I can't watch this
don't know
shit.
if I
It doesn't
saw this
sound very good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's got a talking polar bear, a girl
have
dressed like a fucking porcelain doll,
Like Alice
with
from
a,
Alice in
yes,
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland with twin blade swords, a talking polar bear, and it's on Disney, which I don't even have. I
Wait,
can't watch
so
this.
would this even
probably
be
gonna be
anime?
Hulu.
I wonder if it's even gonna be in Disney Plus here.
Is this
I'm saying
anime?
it'll probably be Hulu stateside.
What is it? Anime? How the fuck? should I know?
Because it's Disney.
No, it's not made
no,
by
it's probably
Disney.
just being-
It's made by
They got the
E&H
right
Production.
for it.
Oh, okay.
They got the rights.
They did
for it.
Ninja
Okay, gotcha,
Zombie.
gotcha.
Yeah, this is anime. All right, this next anime, I guess I'm speeding up a bit. Oh, I can't wait to watch the trailer for this next one here.
Oh no.
Because it's my second pick, which I selected entirely arbitrarily and without much care at all, is Night of the Living Cat.
God.
Yikes.
All right, a virus spreads across the world, transforming all humankind into wild, furry beasts known as cats. Those few survivors who remain human take refuge in the dark corners of the earth as they fight back against the feline horde. So there's this shit reminds me of Tokyo. Oh, what the fuck was that? Tokyo Jungle, that old PS3 game where you would where in Tokyo, there's just lions and shit roaming the streets, and you play as an animal. So humankind is trying to survive against cats.
It sounds silly.
Do they turn into cats if they get bitten?
I think
They
so.
get
It looks
cat
like Zone
scratch
100,
fever.
but with cat.
And so, the virus transmits merely through cuddles, and Kunagi
Wow.
finds kittens so hard to resist. Is his willpower strong enough to withstand the kitties?
Your mom would be turned immediately.
It's a good thing this isn't about cat. Listen. It's a good thing this isn't about cat girls, and this wasn't real, because I wouldn't last 10 minutes.
Yeah, you'd be turned into a cat girl immediately.
I would immediately be a cat
and that
girl.
would be horrifying because you have no hair on your head, so you'd be like a bald cat.
Oh, the horror.
Oh no, he'd be a Sphinx cat.
This looks so fun.
Listen, no, I doubt anybody else had this anywhere on their picks list. It might be terrible, but I had to.
It would
could be
fun
fun.
for an episode at least.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's listed as horror,
That's funny.
and the theme is survival.
That's funny. I love it.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know. Night.
Nyat.
Night.
I love that.
Of the living cat. All All right. We're getting towards the top here. I know this takes a while, but that's the process. So deal with it. At least you're getting a rundown of the season. We're now in the top 10. This is number 9. A bouquet for an ugly girl. That sounds shoujo as fuck. Who is that? You, Pancake? It is. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's yours.
Oh my god.
You see, Pancake always goes for the shoujo. So we got the shoujo. See, I'm gonna pick dumb shit. Pancake's gonna pick the shoujo.
At least we're covering our bases.
Not wrong, though. They're always good.
They are often good. All right.
So basically, this girl named Hana
Oh no. Kidding.
bears no resemblance to her namesake.
She's not a flower.
Her eyes are small. Her limbs are far from slender. She is in fact ugly, and as such knows that cute things and fairy tale romance are out of her reach. Yet this does not stop her from daydreaming every morning as she tends to the school's beautiful flower beds that contrast her appearance. So basically, a hot guy shows up and he's nice to her, and they hang out, and shoujo ensues.
Shoujo happens.
You, perhaps?
Yeah, so here we go. I'm excited. I love that we're getting more shoujo here recently, because I feel like it was pretty dry for about 10 years as far as shoujo goes, and now we're getting a bunch.
You were getting thirsty for your shoujo?
Oh, so thirsty. So this is a tall drink of water, just like this cute little high school boy. And this girl,
She's not that ugly.
she just needs to like take care of her appearance, and
I mean,
that's
she just
probably
needs
what's
some makeover.
it's gonna happen. There's gonna be something where she takes care of herself and looks super cute, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're so cute."
It's not like
Never
that
seen
she's
that story
ugly.
before.
It's that she's not a pretty anime girl. She just
Yeah.
looks like a
A
very
normal person. Yeah, it's like a normal girl in like anime world.
Oh, here's a shot of her on a
Anime
toilet.
world
I
where
got it.
people have unrealistic hairstyles and, hair colors and everything. No, she's just normal.
You know-
And yeah, I did put this on my list. I didn't put it that high because it is very. It didn't really seem like anything that was new and different. But then again, I could really go for just simplistic high school romance stuff.
I just want cozy, like, girly shows every now and then, and that is what this is giving me. Like, just give me the warm fuzzies of this ugly girl
Well, here's
talking to a hot guy.
There's nothing normal about this girl.
Yeah.
She's currently pooping through her skirt.
No, she's
So-
hiding in the bathroom
Oh no,
texting.
she's pooping. Oh, she's pooping.
You don't see any
I
fecal matter
freeze framed
coming out
it.
of
I
those.
freeze framed it so you could see the facts. She's sitting on the can, taking a dump through her skirt.
No, she's not. She's hiding in
Very
the bathroom
strange.
excitedly texting somebody because she's nervous.
Probably her boyfriend.
But she
man,
never put the
person.
lid down. That's gross.
That's true.
That
she's
is down.
sitting.
Gonna
She's
do
getting
that.
poop all over her pants.
Well,
Gross.
whatever. Let's just
Whatever.
be excited. Let us ugly girls have our moment, okay?
You are not ugly,
Not as pretty as anime girls. If I were in this world, I'd be an ugly girl too.
and I'd be an ugly boy. All right, so let's see here. This next anime is what? It's number 8 on the
This is
list here.
mine.
Caroline,
Yeah,
it's
this
all
Oh
is
you.
no,
mine.
you sound so
This
excited.
is at the top of my list that was chosen. My number 6 pick. So
Oh my God.
keep that in mind,
Brutal.
please.
Thank Mason.
Again.
He rolled him.
This is Secrets of a Silent Witch, or of the Silent Witch, sorry. Monica Everett, the Silent Witch, is the only mage in the world who can use enchanted magecraft, a true hero who single-handedly defeated a legendary black dragon. However, this young genius is actually super duper shy. That's right. She learned to cast spells silently just to avoid speaking in public. And despite her power, she has zero self-confidence. Now Monica has been tasked with secretly guarding the second prince. Can she keep it together as she faces both the evil forces targeting the prince and the terrors of social interaction? I think it could
Well,
be cute.
It could be.
It could have like a little romance going on with her and the prince, I think. It's just the whole social consciousness of main characters that is just kind of dull now. It's like it's been done. We have it. We have it multiple times. Unless you're going to do it really, really good and really entertainingly, it's not going to work. And I don't know about this one, so we'll see if it lands.
I give it a 3 out of 5 on being good. Maybe a 2.5 out of 5.
Pancake, I don't know whose turn it is. Whose turn is it?
50-50.
I just went.
Otaku Cobb, you want to take Kaiju number 8?
Ugh.
It needs no intro. Hey, thank Lady Emery. There you go.
She likes shonen. I love her regardless.
This is very popular.
She got it over me, and good on her. But this is the second season of Kaiju number 8. I don't think it needs any introductions. It's pretty much the story about Kafka and his homegirl Mina. Mina is a high-ranking captain in the Kaiju elimination force, and Kafka, through his sheer bad luck, ends up becoming a Kaiju himself. And
or good luck.
This is just a continuation of that story. However, he is able to control himself as a Kaiju, and rather than destroy the city, he works to help save it. So, give me more Kaiju destruction. Give me more great animation. I know that Mason wasn't high on this, but I loved the first season, so I personally cannot wait to watch.
Well, Mason doesn't like shoujo. It's just not his thing.
It's true. It's production IG. I think they're great. It's
You mean
action.
shonen?
It's fantasy.
Shonen,
it's
that's what I
sci-fi.
I was like, wait a minute, is Kaiju number 8 a shoujo?
It'd be funny if it was.
That would be funny.
It's shoujo in disguise.
No,
I
first season's total shonen, and then the second season they switch genres completely, and it becomes a shoujo.
Yeah, it's just all about him and Mina regrowing the relationship.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, I thought season 1 was okay. I thought it could have been better in places, but I have higher hopes in the second season that it might be, like, the action might ramp up and, like, the pace might get better. Because, they have gone through some of the prerequisite stuff in that first season, and I think it's going to get going a little bit.
All right, Otaku Cop, this is actually your pick, so you should take this one as well, this next one.
I'm going to. Our homegirl Marin needs no introduction.
Yay!
It's My Dress Up Darling season 2. So no be skidall.
Oh my god.
Yatta!
I read this to completion. It is a now completed manga. And this is just the continuing story of our cosplay-loving, completely oblivious waifu Marin and our goofy, doll-painting, but hopelessly in love Gojo. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I think
so
this is
excited.
going to be in running for Anime of the Year. It is shoujo. Pancake's literally cracking open a vein to inject it straight into her wrist.
Call the police. She's on
Not
drugs.
even my wrist. Straight into the what is this? The armpit of my elbow.
She's ready. I think we're all ready, and
Now-
I think everybody's ready for this one.
Otaku Cop, without, like, spoiling too much, like, what do we have to offer in this season? of My Dress
You
Up
are
Darling?
going to see some newer people and some older side characters reintroduced. There's more costumes, and there is more trying to figure out what Marin and Gojo mean to each other.
Aw. Do you think we're gonna
Pretty,
finish the
exhausting.
manga this season,
No, you're
or
I think we will probably... I think it's going to be one of those gets close to it, but we're either going to get a third season or a finishing movie. That
okay?
is my
I was thinking finishing movie probably.
That would be my prediction. Finishing movie is probably where it's headed to.
You want?
Oh, exciting.
You want to know what my prediction is?
Dispatch reporting at 503. Suspect is in control of an LSPD tactical unit vehicle.
We got it at 503, aka this man's got blue balls. Call an ambulance.
I think Gojo's gonna let off a load.
You think he's gonna shoot a load?
At least
ropes?
in his pants.
He ain't gonna. Man,
I was
that
just
ain't gonna happen.
wondering with this one pink-haired girl, like, she has a bow in her hair, but the bow is actually made of hair, and that made me
That's
uncomfortable.
weird. That's pretty weird. All right, let's keep going. We gotta keep going. So this next one is who picked this next one? Summer
I
Hikaru.
believe it's Mason, but I actually had this. We were fighting for this one, and unfortunately, I got the most terrible role. So obviously, he got it.
So would
yeah,
you
the
like to
Summer
talk
Hikaru
about
died.
something that you actually want to?
This synopsis is really long, so shorten it for me so we can get.
I'll try my best. So we got two best friends, Yoshiki and Hikaru. They've been stuck together like glue for most of their lives. They live in a small village. They're practically the only two boys their age. And their friendship is great. But Yoshiki has noticed a shift in Hikaru's demeanor after one fateful summer. So the quote-unquote Hikaru that sits beside him is now nothing like his best friend. But he looks exactly like them. His memories are exactly the same. And so when he brings this up, that it's a little weird, Hikaru partially transforms into an otherworldly being, threatening to kill Yoshiki if he cannot accept it, while also professing its love for him.
Yaoi, hell yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Yaoi is not tagged here, but certainly sounds like it.
Forced
So now
yaoi.
he's wrecked with grief and unable to let go of his best friend, he struggles to move on with his life after he finds himself getting closer to the new Hikaru. At the same time, strange occurrences begin to plague their village, bringing unsettling chaos. So I was into this one. I kind of sounded like summertime rendering. It kind of sounded like Parasite, maybe. I don't know. It just, yeah.
This one gave me good vibes too. I'm pretty excited for this one. I like this kind of weird, supernaturally.
All right, let's keep going.
Horror.
This one looks a little bloody. There's some blood in the trailer, some horror imagery. This one probably could be classified as a horror anime. It is horror. We have 2 possibly decent horror anime this season. It's fucking crazy. Oh, it's a Netflix anime also. All right. This next one is... keep this rolling along here.
I can't believe it's got a second season.
Well, I can't believe we picked it, honestly. Let's see. This was Andrew's
I can't believe that
#1
it was
pick.
a number one pick. It was a top pick.
All right.
This is a troll pick.
It's reincarnated as a vending machine season 2. So
Andrew
picked
loves
it,
the vending machines, so it's more reincarnated as a vending machine.
AKA known as Jido Hanbaiki ni umare kawatara ore wa meikyu o samaso season 2. Wow. Complete with probably the hot big-titted blonde girl. Is she in this trailer? I'm hunting for big-titted blonde girl. There she is. That's not quite what I was looking for.
Could
Here
you imagine
here
being
we
in love with a
go.
vending machine?
Yeah, you are. Every single vending machine that has fucking milk tea in it. Do you
Don't attack me.
do you deny
Like,
it?
wait a minute. You're not supposed to say that out loud.
Don't attack me.
Do you deny it?
Never. If there's a vending machine and there are milk tea
Silence.
in there and I don't have one,
That's it. You already answered the question. I don't need more out of you. Okay.
such violence.
Reincarnated.
Prosecution rests.
Prosecution rest. Take her away.
More of
She's-
the same.
she's an
Vending
addicted.
machine giving you what you need.
Omae wa miruku te yamitsuki dana. All right. Next up on this podcast, we have what number are we on right now? We're down to number 3. Oh,
Number 3.
wow. Who picked this one? It's Raggedy Doctor.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Every
except-
single
yeah.
human.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. So it's a pancake. You haven't done one in a while. This is your boy.
Don to Don. Yeah, Raggedy Daggedy. I can't fucking speak.
Dan to Dan only got season 3.
What?
Or said Don to Don only got 3rd pick. Wow.
Well, it's because we got nat 20s.
That's true.
So we got Dan to Dan season 2 already. Just finished up. We're getting more of the same. Our good boy Okarun and Miss Ayase gonna do more yokai and alien shit. Very excited. Is Creepy Nuts doing their opening again?
No, it's a different
I don't
band.
know.
I think.
Boo!
Boo this man.
But very exciting.
All right. Now we're gonna find out what could possibly have beaten Don to Don for.
Oh,
Listen,
It's-
it's
My
just
God.
ridiculous. You had such a waste of a nat 20 with the freaking shows that you put on top of your list that nobody wanted. Nobody wanted these, and yet it's number 2 on the list because
so
silly.
at least
I
they
can't
got
believe
picked.
It's not hentai.
I can't believe it's not hentai. Okay, here we.
What's the number 2 on this season?
I haven't
Mitch?
watched this trailer yet, but I hope it's good.
You gotta tell him what you told my brother, because he sent this photos of this anime to my brother in the synopsis, and what did he reply back?
So pancakes. What did he say?
Oh my god! So this what's the anime's name?
All right, so this anime is called. It is called Hitozuma no kuchibiru wa kan kyuhai no aaji o gashita, or otherwise known as a married woman's lips taste like chuhai, or strong zero. Synopsis. I'll get to the thing from your brother in a second here. I'm not sure if this is going to be an R-rated trailer. Tsuyoshi, a 22-year-old third-year university student, spends his day juggling classes and his food delivery job with a can of strong zero always within reach. Living alone in a small apartment, his mundane routine task takes an unexpected turn when he finds himself entangled with Yui Koriyama, a married woman he has admired since childhood, and what begins as an innocent connection soon escalates into something far more intimate,
This character looks kind of like Denji.
blurring the lines between longing, desire, and morality. Set against the backdrop of quiet nights and stolen moments, this risque yet comedic tale explores the thrill and complications of an illicit romance. There you go.
Mitzi,
Weird.
Do you know that this is a 5-minute per episode series?
It's going to be short and sweet.
Episodes.
Oh, that definitely means it's hentai.
It's going to be
It's
short and
And
sweet.
the genre is erotica.
Good.
Yep.
That's why I picked it. I still
You got a
stand
roll
for
on the
all the
titty.
incels.
Such a
For all-
waste of a
for-
roll of 20.
For
Like,
all the
why did
feet-loving,
you get that? When
big
you
titty
don't
loving men
care.
out there, I am here for you. I am your patron saint. That's it. And listen, they picked the porn last season. We will be watching, whatever the fuck it was called. I must put your panties back on.
It was
Takamine.
hardly
Takamine.
porn.
Takamine-san.
There's a lot of tits in that anime, but it's not as pornographic as the Harem show. All right.
I think my brother said something along the lines
Oh,
of,
for the love of
send me
God.
all of the married women.
So Pancake's brother likes to hag max. So let's see here. So he's out there looking for all the.
He's 25.
He's 25 and he's looking for like the 45-year-olds. So let's see here. He said, "Send those." I just gave him the synopsis, and he said, "Send those married women my way." That's what he said.
Married
okay.
women to him are cat girls to you.
Pretty
That's true.
much.
Cat girls are my catnip.
Now the best anime
All right,
of
Pancake.
the season.
Okay.
This is going to be so good.
Is
Pancake,
go-
this is your number one pick.
I've been hyped about this since December, I think. I'm almost caught up in the manga, but we are getting The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, which
God.
follows two high school
Fucking
students.
period allegory.
Shut up!
Her vagina bloomed with
Oh my God.
with rose smells with dignity. What the fuck?
Follows two high school students whose schools are right next to each other. They're feuding schools. This girl loves sweets. The boy works at a sweet shop. Shoujo things ensue. You find out. I don't want to like spoil things, but it's very cute, and it's all about not judging a book by its cover and getting to know people for who they are. And it's just really, really cute.
So
And
she's
it gives me-
innocent, but don't judge her because in the bed she's a freak.
No, but
Sorry.
she is very cute, and she likes sweets. And
Is this
she's
like Dangerous in My Heart?
No, there's no comedy
not,
to it.
Not at all. It's pretty serious. It's very cute. The characters are great. They're all very different. They all go through different things, and the main character is like scary because he's like big and blonde and has piercings, but he's really just
my
like
God.
a cupcake boy.
They're all like that. Didn't we just have a show with a blonde tough guy that you didn't like? What was that one called? The honey lemon soda or whatever.
No, that was ass. I was so
Oh,
disappointed.
this is a Netflix anime also.
It did not. It was weak. This one is going to be more.
This is gonna be
along
so
the lines of
good.
The one with the deaf girl. What was
Yeah.
that one again?
Sign of
that's-
Affection.
Sign of Affection. That's the kind of.
Yeah.
It's serious. It's
Like
serious.
real fucking shoujo. It's going to be the best
Okay,
anime of the season.
Yeah, this
Alright.
one I also had on my list. So I might actually give it a try too.
I'm
Oh,
up to
you have
chapter,
to.
I
It's
think-
so good.
I think I'm up to chapter 26 right now.
Oh, keep going, honey.
Oh, I am.
Keep
I'm on
keep
it.
eating it. It's so good.
Keep eating it,
So
she said.
have they gone to the beach yet?
No. They
Okay.
haven't gone to the beach yet, but they have finished finals. Everybody's passed, and they're trying to figure out what to do to celebrate this passing of finals.
Oh,
That
so
was-
fun.
That's a spoiler. I wanted to keep that like for me, like whether or not they were going to pass their finals.
Sorry, Caroline. I didn't mean to tell you
they
that
all-
kids in Japan take finals.
Yep.
All right, we got to get out of here. This is going too long. Otaku
Okay,
Cop.
it's time for the weekly trivia question.
Yeah, somebody
here.
read it. Someone read it.
In the dub, what are the name of the monstrous creatures that are routinely battled throughout My Happy Marriage? Let's head to the news break and we'll give you the answer right after that.
Hey, Anime Addicts, Mitsugi's here. It's time for that anime news break. Getting us started, we have Street Fighter, the live-action film news. This one seems like it's going to be a pretty popular title here. We've got Jason Momoa playing Blanca, and now we've got 50 Cent playing as Balrog. So we're just raking in some big names here to play parts in this movie. So I hope it's pretty exciting, and I hope it's memorable as the original Street Fighter that we had from so many years ago. And of course, Shangri-La Frontier, also in the news, getting a third season, which has been announced to be officially in production. Shangri-La Frontier, of course, has got multiple anime seasons already in tow, including one that we will be reviewing here pretty shortly on the podcast about a boy who likes to play trash video games, but then finds himself addicted to the number one AAA title of the times, that being Shangri-La Frontier, and lots of antics and side quests and big dumb fun, as they say, ensues. So if you're a fan of high action and video game anime, Shangri-La Frontier, pretty solid, and we'll be getting a third season, which, again, has been announced to be in production. To be honest, that show could probably just go on forever because it's kind of just a meandering little adventure show in the game. Next up, Gundam's Yoshiyuki Tomino, who's looking pretty damn old these days, no offense to the man, wants his next work to reflect current wars in real life, such as Ukraine and Israel, as he says. So this is the 80th anniversary of the war of the end of World War II, and Yoshiyuki Tomino was speaking on the reality of war in a segment that features his experiences during that World War II, to give you an idea of how old Yoshiyuki Tomino is. And when he created Gundam, the current state of the franchise, etc., etc. And he had a 6-minute segment where he opens up about the memories of World War II, and he remembers escaping an air raid, etc., etc., which is all very exciting stuff. But he also gave that sneak peek of what he wants the future of Gundam to be, which is taking a little more of a realistic bend on the franchise. So that's pretty interesting, and we'll have to see how many more Gundam titles he's able to create during his legendary run as a creator. Also, next up, we have more Gundam news. Japan's media watchdog group is fielding complaints about teen gambling that has been seen in Gundam G-Quux. So the nonprofit organization in Japan, Broadcasting Ethics and Programming Improvement Organization, or the BPO, is back again in its May 2025 edition here. Near the bottom of the letter, they field complaints about the late-night robot anime. There was a scene in which a high school girl was playing online casino games. There are concerns depictions like this in a program may be watched by minors and could have a negative impact. So the responses to the Gundam G-Quux BPO comment were varied. Japanese aggregate site Hachima Kiko compiled several anonymous responses ranging from mocking or criticizing the comment and the BPO itself to noting that the series airs during the late night block. So largely being brushed off as the Karen Brigade of the BPO continues to roll on and just tries to trample over everybody's fun. So this was Mitsugi, and this was your anime news break, and now time to get back to the podcast. Oh god, I hate this song. It's so annoying. Skip ad. Skip.
Hi, it's Vince with
Oh,
Sham
fuck
Wow.
no.
You'll be saying wow
I'll be
every
saying,
time you use this
wow, you're
towel.
so fucking
It's
annoying.
Like a chamois,
It's a
like
chamois, it's a
like
towel.
this one.
Who
A
really
regular towel
cares?
doesn't work
Skip.
well.
Anime Addicts, do you miss ads like that? Do you miss your buddy Vince from ShamWow? Of course you don't, because we don't torture you with ads like that. Instead, if you want to support the podcast, you can help us stay ad-free by going to AAAPodcast.com/join. Hey, you can head over to patreon.com/AAAPodcast for those of you that like Patreon. And you're going to get our hentai episodes, our hobby addicts, our after parties. And, of course, it's going to be commercial free, so you get all that. What else could you possibly want? Again, over at AAAPodcast.com/join. And now let's get back to the podcast.
Mitsuki, I want to take my balls out and lube up your head.
Looks like we're definitely having some trouble with the internet. All right, when we left you, we had an in-show trivia question. In the dub of My Happy Marriage, what are the names of the monstrous creatures that are routinely battled throughout the show? Very creatively, I think we were talking about annoying catchphrase names. Grotesqueries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely one of those.
All right.
I think for like anime, if there's like one phrase term that they kind of made up, this kind of makes sense like for monsters, but it's like if we're battling against the grotesqueries with our special power name and with these special power tools, but they all have these unique names. Yeah, power tools. It's just like with a drill and maybe a screwdriver, but you know what I mean. It's like they're trying to form a world without putting in much effort.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it's time for mailbags.
It's time for an almighty anime mailbag. Anime.
Mailbag. All right, if you want to leave a mailbag, AAAPodcast.com/mailbag, the same as always. Let us know your questions and we will read them. I'm going to try to make this quick, so I'm going to read through here real quick and we're going to answer these because this is actually more of a series of questions or thoughts. Christophus writes, dubs are way better than subs. If you don't understand what the hell they are saying, then you are missing out on all the voice acting. What do you think? I think dubs and subs are both fine. It kind of depends on my mood or where I'm watching it.
I think it also depends on... I think it depends on the mood. I think it also depends on how good the dub is, because I feel like some dubs are kind of cringe, especially when we have like... What you can tell is an adult woman playing a child character. I really cannot stand that in a dub. That just makes me want to pull my hair out and like set myself on fire.
It's like little boys, like Gon. He's definitely played by a chick.
But that's fine. But I mean, like when they're baby talking, like they're like, oh my god, hi daddy, like it just makes me want to like set
Spike's Family.
Yeah, like I want to set myself on fire. Like, I can't stand that. I would rather it be subbed.
Yeah, me too. I don't really listen to dubs. It's very rare that I find a good dub, and occasionally they are there. There are some good dubs that I will watch over a sub, but a lot of anime can be very cringy, like when you can hear it in your native language, and then on top of that, a lot of voice actors are not that great and can't take out that cringiness. So at the very least, with Japanese voice actors, less cringe because you are not, and making the it's on a direct connection. And then on top of that, like, even if you can't tell what they're saying, you can tell if there's a good voice actor in Japanese. You can tell.
All right, the next... Oh, go Taco Cop.
I was just going to say, I prefer subs. I've always felt that
He's your
English
OG.
voice actors have had some difficulty with dubs trying to recapture the emotion and the quality of the Japanese voice actors. So I'll always stand by sub supremacy.
Well,
not disrespecting the quality of some of the dubs. There are some good dubs. I prefer subs.
Well, they're all going to be AI within like 2 years, so.
And it just
That's
also, I think it depends on like the kind of show. Like shonen, I can do a dub a bit more. For instance, like Solo Leveling, I don't want to be staring at the screen the whole time. But if I'm watching a serious anime and I'm going to be staring at the screen the whole time anyway, I'll probably do a sub.
All right, if I'm on the stationary bike in a sauna, sweating my balls off, bouncing up and down, I don't want to be reading. All right, the next part of this mailbag says, anything that looks like anime, we can make this quick. Anything that looks like anime and passes the vibe check should be considered anime. Wrong?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Sweep it.
I disagree.
Akame ga Kill is really good.
Didn't watch it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
It's good. You'll get an argument from me.
All right. The second season of The Promise... This is probably the one that's going to get you. The second season of The Promised Neverland... not only will nobody ever admit that it's actually good, but it's way better than the first season. There's no fucking way, bro.
No way. That it shit the bed so
That
hard.
is such a bad take.
That is, it's
Well,
one
they
of
haven't
the
finished
worst.
it yet, but they also have not. Since they haven't finished it yet, they had not reached the absolute tragedy that is like the final 5 minutes.
It's so bad.
But even up until that point, it's not great. It's not as good as the first season by a long shot.
I've never even heard of this. What is The Promised Neverland?
Oh,
season
lords.
2? It doesn't exist in my world. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, he doesn't even know. He doesn't know.
There's no words to
he's
describe the
good.
disappointment I had for the second season. I wish they would just set it on fire and erase it.
Mm-hmm.
Just redact it all.
That's
All
what
right.
I did.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so let's get on to our review now. So we're gonna the final part of the podcast. Oh, thanks for the mailbag, by the way. I mean, we don't always agree, but I mean, come on. No one's gonna agree that the second season of Promised Neverland is better than the first season.
That was rage bait.
That's 2 out of 100 people right there. All right, so we're gonna do a review of My Happy Wedding season 2. Came out in the winter of 2025. Pancake and I watched this.
Marriage.
Oh, whatever.
My Happy Wedding, thank you.
Which one is it? I seriously don't know.
Marriage.
Wedding.
Okay, well, it ought to be called Wedding because they don't get married, at all in this season until the last second.
I don't even think they showed their wedding.
I don't know. We'll get to the spoilers later, although that's not really much of one. So Pancake and I watched this
Almost week to week.
pretty much week to week on Netflix. I mean, yeah, it released every week. That was so.
That was nice. I liked it.
You
It
like it
paced
like
us.
that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you guys like it week to week or all at once?
I don't really mind it either way.
I'm old school. I like week to week.
I
That's
like
how
week to
always
week, 'cause then I have-
my stuff.
Yeah, I like to say, oh, this day I have this show to watch. This day I have this show to watch. I like to have things in the docket because otherwise you're just force feeding it almost. I don't know. It's like a different feeling. But yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to conjure up a synopsis here for you. So, a girl named Mio is part of a family, part of the Usuba family, and is like married off to a member of the Kudo family, who is this like hard and tough like guy who's really soft on the inside because it's like how girls like it. Just like that blonde guy with the tats and the piercings and from that.
He doesn't have tats.
Whatever, it's the same thing. Oh, he's so scary, but he's really like soft and gooey. Yeah, got it. Kyoka Kudo, who's like the leader of a military group and this like alter reality post Meiji period Japan type of thing, and in the last season, she went to live with his family, and it took a while to get to that point. And in this next season, they are going to progress the storyline of the plots between families and the power struggle that exists in this pseudo Japan, complete with different people having superpowers, and families that are vying for power and to change the past and to have things that they want using their powers, including summoning monsters and using magic and all this stuff. And all the meanwhile, Mio and Kyoko are just trying to have a fucking wedding. They're just trying to get married and get it on, people. And all of you people coming in and ruining it for them, including Kyoko's mother, who's so mean.
Yeah, what? See you next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Am I right?
Seriously.
So it's a fantasy pseudo realistic Japan, pseudo modern Japan like type of show. It probably set in like the 60s, and it's a fantasy show with like romance tones or undertones, I would say. So it's there you go. It's on Netflix, like I said. Done by Studio Kinema Citrus, which has done some pretty good stuff. I mean, it's a pretty good studio. And it's pretty short. This is only a 13 episode anime, so based on a novel. Let's see, where do we start? Caroline, what did you think going into this? I mean, I know you saw the first season.
Yeah, I saw the first season. We shat on the first season. We shat on it so hard, but it's because it was kind of fun to shit on, you know? I wouldn't say it was like the worst show I've ever seen. It was just so funny to make fun of. Mostly because Mio is such a wet blanket. Just everything is just so terrible for her, and everybody hates her for some reason. And she is just programmed to be the most meek and low self-esteemed person you could ever think of. And then, of course, because it's not only anime, but it's also a period piece anime, alternative reality Japan, but still period piece back in the day. And also Mio has never had a good word said to her in her entire life.
Yeah.
So all those three things combined means that this romance anime will have very little romance in it because she cannot handle even a handhold. It's that kind of thing.
She's a little Cinderella-like, right? She could
it's very Cinderella.
Beat up pretty bad. Yeah.
But yeah, the first season was all right. I found some entertaining values in it, but it wasn't like we did pull it apart quite a bit. Now for the second season, I did see some bits of the new season on Reels, on Instagram Reels, mostly of Mio's interaction with Kyoko's mother. So based on that, I was afraid of it being just more of the same. But given how I still found the first season somewhat entertaining, I was tempted to watch it anyway, regardless of if I was going to be on the review. I didn't start watching it until I signed up for the review, though. So there you go.
Pancake, you saw the first season, I think.
I saw the first season. The first season was fine. I can't remember what I scored it. It wasn't super low. It wasn't super high, I don't believe. I went in thinking more of the same. Hoping to get a little bit of answers, a little bit more action, a little bit more romance. So that was kind of my thoughts going into it. We did watch it week to week. It kept our interest pretty much week to week. We'd be like, oh, we have another episode of My Happy Wedding, so let's go watch it.
Otaku Cop, you love some romance.
My wife and I really enjoyed season 1. And when I say really, I use that lightly. It was enough that we were like, well, we hope this gets to season 2. We were expecting growth in Mio and Kyoko's relationship, more magic fights, hopefully a little bit more expansion of the world, a little more explanation of the family lineages and where all this came from, and hopefully expanding on Mio's dream sight power. So, I would have given this season 1 like a 3.5, so it was enough for me to be hopeful for season 2.
I was a little bit. I was interested in the second season mostly because I didn't know quite where the story was heading. I didn't know where their relationship was going to go. I didn't know what kind of new antagonists or conflicts were going to pop up because as I recall, and it's been a while, but in the first season, she gets to his house near the end of the season and they fight over her for a while, and then finally she goes, and she realizes he's not evil or not this bad guy, and then you don't get much more, I don't think. And then I'm thinking where is this heading? And then I was just hoping she wasn't going to put that blue dress on again. the fucking blue dress. But that blue dress, I don't think shows up again in this season. So thank God for that. Yeah.
Thank God. What would have happened?
Well, I would have been like, pound that table. Well, Kyoka never would have proposed. That's what would have happened. I mean, that blue dress. Fortunately, his family's loaded and just gives her a bunch of like fancy kimonos and shit.
Wow.
so she
Okay,
can-
just spoiling.
What? Spoiling what? That Kyoka's
show.
loaded? Did you watch the first season? Everybody in this anime is loaded.
That's true. It is like royals
What?
in this time period.
They're like, I have these massive houses in the middle of Tokyo, and he's like the leader of the army and all this. Come on.
Very
not a
Cinderella,
spoiler,
like you
yeah.
all said.
This show does have spoilers, though, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect really, but I was hoping we'd get a little more story progression because I don't know. I didn't hate the first season. It wasn't great. Mio is just so meek and is just like just frustrating because she just lets herself be run over and she's got this tiny little voice and she never does much. But so I was definitely hoping she would do something more than just be like a little mouse in the whole season. Let's go around. Let's go in reverse order. Otaku Cop. What do you think? Would you recommend the second season of this? And can you watch? Well, this is a no-brainer. You can't watch this without the first season. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got mostly what I was looking for. It does drag in parts, and I even put in my notes her timidness drives me insane sometimes. Like, I have never met a more willing doormat for a character in my entire life. And sometimes it really drives me nuts. But if you like the general story and the world, give it a shot. Just don't expect a better experience than the first season.
Pancake?
I would recommend this if you've seen the first season. I think it ties up a lot of loose ends. You get more story elements. Mio starts to grow a little bit, but like Otaku Cop said, she kind of allows herself to be a fucking doormat, and it gets a little grating at times. Like, okay, girl, I get it. You're salt of the earth. Could you like grow like a monicum of self-esteem and do something? But I would recommend it. It's a fun little anime. It does, get slow at times. But if you watch the first season, you might as well finish the story.
I think I heard
Karen?
the third season was coming out, though.
Oh my
think
god,
there's
there's no fucking way.
What are they
I'm
gonna
looking
do?
that up. Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead, Carolyn.
I'm not sure, but I think I heard
I'm
that.
gonna try to find that while you tell us your thoughts.
Yeah. So before I get into my actual spoiler-free recommendation, I just wanted to say that I did have a small My Happy Marriage drinking game going on at some.
Oh.
I was because I had I was having some drinks and I'm watching this show and I'm like, well, I might as well make up a drinking game for myself. So yeah, if you want to know the rules, number 1, it's every time Mio says "Danasama."
Yeah.
That was a killer. Number 2, when Mio is treated like shit. And I mean, that was good for the first part of the season. Wasn't happening too much in the second part of the season. And number 3, whenever Mio acts sheepishly, which, yeah, that happened quite a bit. Okay, so to my actual review. If you didn't like the first season at all, I think this season probably will not change your mind. However, if there were aspects that you liked about the first season, this season wasn't too bad, I thought. I actually think it might have been a little bit more of an improvement. So Mio is still timid and constantly uncomfortable with the smallest displays of affection. But luckily she's not treated like shit as much as the last season. She technically has some agency here in the season going on, though she is still mostly a damsel the whole time. I wouldn't say it's a great show, but I thought it was an easy watch, and there are things to enjoy about it. This season puts a lot more focus on the power structures of the world rather than just Mio not knowing how to be happy, which was a great switch up. Though I think I might continue with another season if one comes out, as we have partially discussed. But I wouldn't say it's a must-watch,
There is a third season.
I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised I was more positive about this than Otaku Cop, actually.
I have an important question, though.
Mm-hmm.
How are you still alive if you created a drinking game based around Dana
Right?
because she says that more times
Right.
than a Pokemon says its name.
Well, I
be
only
dead.
thought about it. Okay, so I started watching the new season, and I only really thought about it after like a couple of episodes of watching on that one night. And so I decided, like, you know, I didn't really have that much time left to watch more after thinking of the idea. So it wasn't that much time spent on the game. Though I kind of wish I spent more time on it because it was kind of fun when it was going on.
It was a water drinking game.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah, it was a restaurant level pour of a mixed drink game. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a season 3 announced. We'll talk. I'd like to discuss where we think that could go in the spoiler section. But first, I'll just say I think the second season is quite a bit better than the first season. I thought the pacing was better. Mio does kind of stand up for herself here and there. She has some moments where she's kind of the hero. I mean, the whole fucking story is about her, so I mean, she ought to eventually. And I just don't know where a third. So I will say I would recommend it. I mean, I think it's got some cute romance scenes, but I think it will leave people wanting.
For sure.
For sure, and we'll get to more of that later. It has some decent action scenes, you know, particularly if you like fireballs and magic and shit like that. Definitely has some drama going on. I think the story is a little minimal, honestly. My opinion is that if you watched the first season and you thought it was fine, the second season is actually slightly better. And I'm really curious to see if the internet agrees with me here. The second season has a 7.4 on here, and the first season has got a... What does the first season get on here? First season got a 7. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I think the first season's better. Well, okay, I thought the second season was better. I think if you like the first season, you should watch the second season. I do not think it's worth watching this at all if you haven't seen the first season. I just don't think it's worth going back and watching nearly 30 episodes for this story. There's just not enough there. Unless this third season does something really great and that makes it all worth it, I'm not really feeling it for people in general. So... Any other thoughts before we go into some spoilers? Overall, I thought it was fine. I liked it better.
Yeah. I mean, as we have said a couple times before, like, it does, like, give Cinderella in multiple ways. I think not just in the way that Mio is treated like the maid for the most part in the first season, and just, like, it has to learn to stand up for herself constantly. But it's just a very chill show with, like, fairy tale vibes because it's so low-key and, like, it's all about her, you know, in their little romance and all that stuff. So it feels like that in a lot of ways.
On this podcast, I really wanted to spend more time in the pre-sequel section, but this is a very spoiler-heavy show, actually. I feel like there's a lot of, like, story events and things like that happen, and I just found myself thinking about what I want to discuss and how most of it's a spoiler. So in order to avoid that for people, I'm just going to move us over. So if you haven't seen the anime, it is on Netflix. Check it out. I think it looks good enough and sounds good enough and is, you know, enough of a little bit of everything to be worth checking out. But I think the tone is pretty the same the whole time. So if you don't like what you've seen after just a few episodes, or if you watched season 1 and you weren't digging it, maybe it's not worth it. But yeah, it could be worth checking out for people that just to see if it fits your vibe.
Spoilers are coming. Oh my god!
So, I do want to talk about a possible season 3, but right off the bat, Kyoka's mother is so rough on, and that happens early in the season, so it kind of makes sense. She's so rough on Mio, and it makes sense why Kyoka is like this staunch, like stiff as wood, like military guy, because his mother's so harsh. And then, like, I kind of felt like Mio was actually a decent... It's kind of sad, but I feel like she was a decent fit for their family because she was kind of used to having her shit kicked in and could actually handle that from the old... Not that it's, like, great. It's really just the mom's fucking disposition, but, you know...
The problem is with the mom is, like, not just that she treats Mio so terribly. It's that she's just a low-effort tsundere because immediately, like, for no reason it felt like, she kind of not changes her tune, but she stops becoming, like, evil stepmother type and becomes just a standard anime tsundere who pretends that she doesn't care and she doesn't like her, but actually likes her a lot.
I mean, to me, she came around on Mio when she proved herself to be useful. Like she had that scene where she went into the dream and saved the guy, and everybody saw it, and they were like, "Oh, you're so great! Look at you! You're not just this worthless little girl.
You aren't just a worthless piece
And
of
then all
shit.
of a sudden she was
You
worth-
can stay.
And then all of a sudden she was worthy of Kyoka.
It just seemed like a silly reason to turn around. See, here's
Oh,
my
it's
opinion
shallow.
on the whole. Yeah, it's shallow and doesn't really make sense for me. I feel like there was an opportunity missed here because this whole season is about Mio like becoming a character that does things and that makes a change and like does things that she wants to do and actually makes it happen. And Kyoko's mom, like, I feel like if her character was actually and followed through on this whole idea of you need to be a woman worthy of standing at the top of the Kudo family. You need to be strong. You need to be strong-willed. And if she just like looked at Mio and just clocked her personality, like you will roll over and do whatever anybody else says because you don't think yourself worthy enough. And if she just like dug into that and like see like you like and just forced Mio to come out of her shell. Sure, yeah, I'll take an egg roll. Sorry, that was my dad. He opened up my door.
Shouldn't he know your order by now?
Chinese food tonight.
Shouldn't he know your order? Like, I feel like you guys routinely order Chinese food.
Change it up every once in a while. And usually I will get an egg roll. But he's opened up my door.
Who doesn't
And of
like
course
an egg
I'm
roll,
pissed
people?
because
Come
I'm like, I hate
on.
being
I could go for
interrupted.
an egg roll right now.
Yeah. So this has happened before. Where he opens up my door and asks me a question. And I'm like really annoyed. So he opens up my door and he just has a piece of paper with egg roll question mark.
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't want to be on camera or on audio.
That's
I
an
mean-
epic dad move right there.
But I'm like, I'm in the middle of talking. Like, of course it's going to interrupt me. Anyway, egg roll. That just made me laugh. Anyway, what was I saying? If they really dug into that and made that part of the story and not just like a one-off tsundere character, and that's the reason that Mio becomes like an actual character in this season, that would have been interesting. But they don't do that.
But do we feel that was predictable too? Like it felt very predictable that she was going to eventually turn and accept her. It just felt
Absolutely.
like
Well, it's
they
because
went through that whole thing for nothing.
Well,
The cruelty part.
So the chatters already said this, but they said, it's because magic's important in that world, and all that. The only thing that matters to the mother is power. And so she's like, oh, I want my family to
Be powerful.
be powerful, and absorb more power. So it's like, oh, it's like in the fucking old English shows where like, oh, the Duke marries the princess, and it's like, okay, well,
He can't marry a poor lowly girl
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the market. He must marry a strong noble woman.
she demonstrated her magical power, and then that proved to the mother that,
And then she's
she
like,
was worth something.
Oh, you're an
Simple.
Usuba that can go into the dreams. I see how you could be useful.
I feel like it could have been a little bit more dimensional if it was not just like for the sake of the family, we need to have a very strong-willed person leading it, and I don't think this is it. It could have been like that, and also here's a girl who's obviously very meek. Like, do this for yourself. If you want to be with Kyoka, you gotta want it.
Well,
kind of thing.
I wonder how that's going to affect. So maybe we'll see this in season 3, but I wonder how that's going to affect the mother's disposition, because at the end of the season, Kyoka gives up his post to be with her, and the mother. And I'm thinking this guy's like a little bitch. Like he's like 25 or something, and he's gonna give up his career so he can just be with Mio, but he's been being with Mio the whole time, and Mio turns down an offer to go work for the Emperor or whatever, and so both of them like just give up their authority and power positions in society to have like this romance, which is like, oh, so romantic. But the mom's gonna be fucking pissed, like he gave up his power.
I think
agree.
that's
Like,
going to
there was
be
no
a
reason.
conflict about that in the next season for sure. I think he's
agree.
going to
I
go
think
back
he
to the
will.
military. Faux show.
Yeah. If he
I was
had
gonna
like
say-
an idea of something he wanted to do other than just like, well, I want to be married. Like you can be married and be in the military.
You know
can
what
be
else
married
I'm
and
gonna-
have a job. What do you want to? You have to have a job. Come on.
Not if you're a
You have to
rich,
pay rent.
powerful family in ancient Japan, because if you already got money,
It's
you
not
already
ancient.
got-
It's probably the 60s.
Okay, whatever. If you're in old time Japan, if you got money, you got money. You
I'm
can
gonna
do
look that
whatever
up.
you want.
I'm gonna see what decade. Otaku Cop, did you have something?
I was just gonna say that I think that for the future, if there is like a third season coming, number one, the military is not going to be happy about this, and number two, the royalty certainly isn't going to be happy about this. There's going to be blowback for them stepping away, and that's, I think, going to be driving a large part of the conflict. But also, I just kind of wanted to see, like, how do we feel about Dream Sight as a power? Like, is it really this great superpower? Because it felt like half the time she was using it, she was on the struggle bus. Like, I don't know.
Because we haven't really discussed, like, what is the power exactly and what are the limits of it.
She can go into people's dreams and can
play
and
mind
manipulate
games on them.
I mean, that's so first of all, real quick, the internet says this is set in the 19th century Meiji Restoration, which is like, could be like mid 1800s. But am I losing it, or was there a car in this anime?
They had a car. They had an electric light bulb. Like, they had a lamp.
Okay, this is not accurate. Yeah, exactly. So
I was thinking the same exact thing. I'm like, what time period is this supposed to be? Because they have a wood stove. They're like, their whole entire house is run by a wood stove, and yet they also have a lamp.
Yeah, there's no way this is set in like 1880.
Yeah.
Wait. Usui wants the dad wants. I read this morning because I couldn't fucking remember. Usui wants Mio because he wants to live in his dreams forever with his fiance that died.
Yes, Mio's mom.
Yeah, and he wants to put her in a position of power, but that is her power, is to manipulate people's dreams and change their reality.
Yes.
So
and if you
power.
can manipulate people's dreams, then you can manipulate anybody, because then you're in their mind. Like, you can control reality at that point.
And one feature that they kind of briefly touched on, I mean, well, not briefly, but like, we haven't really dug into the limits of which yet. And I thought was pretty cool is that, like, she could see the future and interact with it, like, Inception style, like, and see how to go about helping Kyoka, because he knew, like, oh, this window is going to be open. We're going to go around the back and we're going to go use this open window.
Yeah, can she see the future or whatever?
Yeah, so she can see the future. She can interact with the future.
And she can see the past. She can see all. She has her third eye awakened. But it happens in the watery dream space with flowers.
I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, I know where the third season's going, but yeah.
So I have a prediction for the third season. They're going to be at their wedding, and it's going to get disrupted before they can do their vows or finish the ceremony.
Yeah, there's not a medium where they have a wedding scene and it goes well. Like, there's always something that ruins it.
Could be another red wedding.
I definitely think that probably someone will, like, kidnap her and to get her power, and Kyoka will come out of his retirement and put his uniform back on and be the man. He'll be the daddy that'll come save her, because let's be honest, like, come on. But yeah, because they're not going to allow a power as strong as hers to just go unfettered and just, like, sit in some house and drink tea for the next 70 years.
No.
She's definitely going to be fucked with. So there's just no doubt about it.
See, I don't think he will go back to, like, the whole military thing, because he said it himself, and then they went into a backstory that he never really wanted to do a job like that. But they never have touched on any other interest of his other than Mio. So that really does leave it to be blank what he'll end up doing, if not the military.
Well, he may not go back to the military, but he's definitely going to rescue her.
Him and Mio are going to, like, team up or something. I do want to talk about the current season, though.
They're going to open a bakery.
Oh, I'd love that.
They're going to sell tarts and muffins.
No, they're going to open up, like, a weaving thing. They'll make hair ties.
I was going to say a weed shop. Like, what?
I do want to say I was disappointed in the amount of romance there was. Like, we got a couple good scenes, but just not enough to satiate me. Like, they laid in bed one time. Well, twice, was it?
So I read this morning.
Once.
Listen, you got your kiss.
Once with a small version of Kyoka or Kyoya or whatever.
Yeah, and that was weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
They did kiss. Thank you, Otaku Cop.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got your kiss, so you sit there and you like it.
Okay, but there were two
Are you talking to me, sir?
Situations.
No, I'm talking to your wife,
situations where
thank
there
you.
was only one bed available. So the first one was
the one bed trope.
Kyoka's house, and then she's like, I'm gonna ask for another room, and then there was a second one, and I forget which one it was. But yeah, I'm like, oh no, there's only one bed in the inn, and these two enemies to lovers have to share it. It's like that trope on romance novels. But the thing is that this is a literal engaged couple that have been together for months. They've lived in the same house for months.
They finally admitted
they care about each other. So what's the big deal?
I love that they're engaged, and they've just now, at the end of the season, admitted that they love each other.
Actually, so I read
Well, it was
this.
a political marriage.
I read this morning. I'm pretty sure they don't get engaged until the end of the season.
Wow.
Maybe not. I mean, they are engaged
Not officially.
in name, but I think this was like more of the romantic gesture. Like, not only were we arranged to be married, but I want to marry you, kind of thing.
Which means he wants to her for sure.
He wants to give her the old in out.
Yeah, the old in out.
Let's see here.
Apparently, he does want to hear Dana-sama over and over.
Dana-sama?
I am so glad. Oh my god, when she finally freaking called him by name at the end, I'm like, thank God.
Okay,
God.
no, they are. Okay, I'm wrong. So their engagement is official as of episode 7 of the first season. So
Also, would you be really close friends with somebody that hid that they were engaged to your fiance before you were, and they were still in love with them?
Messy. It's messy.
Oh, they got to get some drama in
But she's
there.
her best friend. She is her best friend.
She
And she's
lied
ride or
by
die.
omission.
Okay, but
I would rather
it
you
was, like, a
spit in my
long-term
face.
engagement, but it seemed like Kyoka was engaged, quote unquote, to like hundreds of women because he just dismissed
she was just
them
one of
within the
many.
first
Play a pimp.
hour of meeting them, and that kind of seemed like the case for this one as well.
But this girl is still in love with him, and she omitted that little detail. I would rather you spit in my face than lie to me. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not a best friend.
I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
But she is a
When do you bring
doormat,
that
so
up?
she'll be like, oh, like her friend could
At what
literally,
point?
her friend could literally have been like, sorry, I fucked your husband. And Mia would be like, I'm so sorry, it's okay. You had your reasons. Do you want me to make you lunch?
Girlfriends. Beggars can't be choosers.
I don't feel like this anime needed to have a third season. I think they wrapped up Usui. He died, as far as I know. And
Or did he?
Or did he? And then, he used his opinogenesis, or whatever the fuck his power was, to... because his power is he can control all 5 senses of people. Which is kind of
Very OP.
Which is way
It
more
is
OP than
extremely
Dream
OP.
Sight, if you ask my opinion.
Very OP. Well, just seeing the future
I
is
would like
crazy.
to believe that Dream Sight can be just as OP. It's just Mio does not know anything about it and has just now
I think that's
fully awakened it. So and just doesn't know how to use it yet. That's my opinion.
Well, he's not really beatable in combat. I mean, he can just make you hallucinate that nothing's happening, and then he just stabs you in the face.
Yeah, really, I think they made him a little too OP because then it just had to I feel like they just had to force the end to that situation. Because here's another thing, they really put a lot of emphasis on this whole climax and this storyline. I thought this was going to be like continuing until the end of the season and into another season. This whole revolution, this whole group of people, the gifted communion as they call them. I thought this was going to be a big ass thing.
It's a good name, by the way.
And then they wrapped it up very quickly. Like when Kyoka is kidnapped, I'm like, okay, we are not going to see him until next season probably. And then
Yeah, that was a little fast, all of that.
He was traumatized too lightly for my taste.
I don't want to go on forever. I mean,
I think we've hit a lot of the high points.
do you guys have anything else you absolutely have to say so we can get it out and before we wrap it up?
No.
Nope.
Trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, we didn't really speak into the action at all. I thought it was
okay.
It had more action than the first season, which I thought was good.
Yeah,
Which is good.
there was definitely more story going on here, which, I mean, is definitely going to put this season above last one.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't think they ought to just they should have had they needed one more episode where they actually did the wedding, and then they just go off into the sunset. There's no third season. They solved the problem, blah blah blah.
Or did they?
I know, but like, let it end. Like, let the story just end tightly. Like, you don't. Why does everything have to have 100 episodes?
I really thought that that episode was the final one, and I was just about to make the joke before I looked it up. I was going to make the joke on the review that like my happy marriage. This is like more like my happy engagement. There was no marriage.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. There's no fucking marriage in it.
There's no wedding either.
There's barely any happy.
That's. Well,
I'd like to get to their happy marriage.
The wrong title, I guess.
So, all right.
My depressing engagement is, or my depressing acquaintanceship, because that's how they treat each other.
Yeah.
My depressing my depressing arranged marriage.
All right. I'll go first. I thought this was a little better than the first season. It started to lose me towards the end. It just went on a little too long, but all in all, I think it was pretty okay. I appreciate that it, at least for the most part, looked pretty good. Mio does stand up for herself and becomes a little better towards the end. You know, she does fight Usui and stands up to her father a little bit. So, to me, it's about a 3.5. I give it 3.5 grotesquerie. What the hell are they eating? Their bones or something? Their claws? Grotesquerie claws out of 5.
I think it was a little bit better than the first season. Got a lot more story development. Had some better action scenes. I think the season wrapped up well. Cons, I think that, we didn't have enough romance. Some of the pacing was off, but I will give it 3 handmade hair ties out of 5.
I guess I'll go next. Honestly, I did kind of like this season a little bit better than the first season, and even the first season, it was fine. It was just funny to make fun of. It's not without its vices, but honestly, it's just a fine show. Very predictable, but cute in some ways, and fun, I guess. I will give this show 3 Danasamas out of 5.
All right. So I thought the show was fine. I thought it continued the story adequately. It had some shortcomings that I didn't like, but at the end of the day, I still want to see the story to completion. When they release more, I will watch it. So I will give it 3.5 abusive mother-in-laws out of 5.
Oh no, that's a lot of abusive mother-in-laws.
Honestly, I probably could have given this a 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5. It's just that I looked back at my review history. It turns out I gave season 1 a 2.
Wow.
I really did not
That's
like
rough.
it at the time.
I guess you didn't like it.
Yeah, so it felt weird to give anything more than a 3. And even that's a pretty big jump.
It is.
But honestly, 3.5 does sound kind of good too. I don't know. I guess I'm undecided. I'll stick with 3. All
right. Well, okay. Pretty consistent scoring. Next week, we're going to be doing Family Feud. So on the podcast next week, we'll be playing Family Feud against the Discord.
It's time to play Family Feud.
Oh, there you go. There you have it.
Not time yet, actually.
So, not quite. We will be playing Family Feud against some of the members of the Discord, and Raggedy Doctor will be hosting. We have all the survey questions done up, etc., etc., and we will be reviewing Shangri-La Frontier Season 2, which is just a big, dumb, fun pile of nonsense.
Honestly.
For the most part. Where the best part of Season 2 so far has been when they're not actually playing Shangri-La Frontier. It was that other game, the Nephilim Hollow.
Don't spoil all your talking points.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Okay.
See you next week with the Family Feud.
Another shout out for Anime Club. This Wednesday night, July 2nd, we will be discussing the first 12 episodes of Dirty Pair. Please join us.
A Dirty Pair. Classic.
Sexy.
Nice.
All right,
This is the first time I've ever heard of this show.
That's an old anime,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is an old anime, I knew that. But yeah, join us, please. July 2nd.
All right, we're going to see you guys next week on the pod. So until then, be good. I hope you enjoyed the episode this week. And happy holiday next week. Next Friday it's a holiday. So enjoy your grills and your whatevers, but don't light yourself on fire with fireworks. Until then, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.